Now joined by John Fitzgerald after St. Kieran's dramatic 1-point extra time victory over the Banner here in Cusack Park in Ennis. John, games like that, they're not good for the heart, but they're absolutely so sweet when you come out the right side of them.
Oh, that's for sure. No, that was breathtaking, in fairness. Like, it just proved we're saying about our panel all year, and that was down to our panel. Like, we made changes there, took off fellas, put them back on again, and like they made the difference. Like, Donny Nolan led to come back from his cruise ship from the third cruise ship to come on and get a score like that, score today. It was outstanding. Donny, like, had a couple of them chances, 2 went wide, and the last one he still had the confidence to go for it. That's the character he is, in fairness.
Yeah, I think he got 2 points in extra time. I think Mike Flynn chipped him at a point as well. It emphasises your point there that the bench was so important. It was a really attritional day, really tough conditions. Everyone was needed from first whistle to last, and I guess those players really stood up when it mattered.
Definitely, we took off our midfielder who has never been taken off, who has been brilliant for us all year. Things didn't go right from today. Mossy Shine put him back on for extra time. He went out there. He was unbelievable after going back out. He got a hook over the sideline. He chased down 3 fellas, and that's what it was about. They brought serious intensity to the Banner, but our boys when it was needed, they definitely stood up to it.
Yeah, Shane Meehan on the Banner side, he's such a threat. We saw that against Kilgarvan in the quarter final. He was well marshalled by your side today. An intercounty player at this level is worth so many points to a team. But I thought your side defended him quite well. You covered space well. You cut narrowed angles on him really, and it made it difficult for him. And I think maybe that was probably in your game plan as well.
That was definitely our game plan. And you know what? I suppose maybe we concentrated too much on Shane Meehan at times, and we mightn't have given enough respect to the rest of their team, and maybe that's what caught us today. Like, Shane Meehan obviously is a class hurler, he's a Clare hurler, and every time he came on for Clare last year, he did a serious job. But they had very good players. That number 13, Daniel Holland, fine hurler. There's centre back there. He's actually half a Kerry man, won the Walshes, but he was fine hurler. They had plenty of good players, and obviously Shane Meehan will get the credit, and we did genuinely do well enough on him. But they had the other players that stood up today as well, to be fair to him.
Yeah, what does it mean? You mentioned to me there before we started, your first year involved. St. Kieran's were at this stage. They were in a Munster Final 10 years ago. A lot of those guys are still knocking around there. I think 4 or 5 of them started both today and 10 years ago. 4 or 5 more maybe involved in the bench, like Anthony Molyneux and those guys. What does it mean for the group and the club to be first of all win the county title, but also to be back in amongst it in Munster club?
There's massive passion in this group in Arda. It was my first year. I didn't know much about the split place when I came down here. I knew the manager, that was it. But you come down and people say, it's a football area, but hurling, they're just so passionate about it. We have 35 fellas tagged out. They don't miss training. To be fair, I know when you're winning, it's all great sometimes, but there's fellas taking a lot of the boys work nights, but they'll take time off work to get to training. There's these kind of things. They are serious about their hurling. For people say it's a football area, but geez, they are fairly serious about their hurling, to be fair to them.
Yeah, a Munster Final. We don't know the opposition until this time tomorrow, but it's bonus on top of bonus. You win a county title. That is the aim, obviously, at the start of the season. But to get into a Munster Championship and give it a right go to get to a Munster Final, it's special for the group.
It is, yeah. I suppose my expectations after the year, the boys lost the county final, and you'd always be thinking, you'd want to go one further. But it's with 24 teams in the championship. That's sometimes that's not realistic, because you can get on a run one year, and the next year you mightn't be so good. With 24 teams, it's very competitive in Limerick, but to get over the line, win a county, but now we're in a Munster Final, like you say, it's bonus territory, but then we're going there and we want to win. We're going to get greedy. We want to win this Munster Final. Ballygiblin, obviously we're in All-Ireland final last year. I was actually at that game. They looked a good team, and the boys from Waterford there, trained by Dan Shanahan, they're going to be seriously, they've seriously revved up for this. They've Colin Dumford, the Waterford hurler, that's going to be a serious battle between Colin Dumford and Mark Keane. That's I'd be probably tipping Ballygiblin, but I wouldn't write off the Waterford boys, to be honest.
You're back to yourselves though. The body's sore. I'm sure there was a couple of injuries coming off there, but you're just going to have to regroup and reset and get everyone back on the ground again before the final. There's
a good few knocks actually there now. A couple of lads up in the physio table now inside, and one lad said his shoulder's completely gone. But we were missing a good player today. If Dara Tracy just wasn't available for today's game, we're going to have him back for the Munster Final. He's a massive player for us. Big loss today. Dara is Limerick senior footballer. He's just a strong, fit man. He's a good hurler. He's a loss there today. We'll have him back for a Munster Final. So he'll be going to be fighting for a place again. The next 2 weeks are going to be very interesting to train. There's fellas mad to